Hello everyone, welcome to Love Talk. Come on Helena, your turn, hurry up. Just joking. Today we're talking about love etiquette in the year of 2015.
That's right, in today's show we are going to find out if chivalry is really dead and if the spirit of the gentleman is forever gone.
But remember that etiquette needs to come from both sides. There is a popular saying that tells us good manners and soft words have brought many difficult things to pass.
We ladies are always looking to be wined and dined and treated like princesses, but we cannot forget that in life you need to give in order to receive. Etiquette starts in our own daily routine before it even makes way into our relationship.
But here is where the problems begin. The truth is that many people are more polite with their colleagues at work and neighbors they don't really like than with their own partners. Now where's the logic in that?
What might surprise you the most is that you may have lost the most basic principles in good manners in your relationship, and you might not even notice this.
Our friends at Modern Marriage Moments are going to show us the length of lack of etiquette some couples go through.
Okay.
Ready?
Yep.
All right.
Why are you turning right? It's faster if you turn left.
No, it's definitely faster turning right.
You don't... It's faster if you turn left.
All right, fine. I'm gonna turn left.
Good.
Not.
Your sense of direction is terrible.
Your sense of
Just
direction.
stop. Brandon, this is a driveway.
I know where I am going,
Oh my
Stephanie.
God. Where are we?
Stephanie, I know
Brandon,
exactly.
You do not know how to drive.
I've only been in 2 accidents in my entire life.
How?
You know that!
I forget. First one was when you rear-ended me at a stop sign. The second one was when you hit the cop car.
I know how to drive! Hey, I overreacted back there. I'm really, sorry.
I forgive you.
One, two, three, four, don't stop believing. Hold on to the feeling. Street lights, people.
Brandon!
I know how to drive!
That's more or less how things go when we're in the car together.
He even sounds like you.
Yeah, a little bit.
I can drive. Well, I guarantee you that things would have been very different had the passenger been your friend from work on car sharing day.
What happens in most relationships nowadays is that we are polite to the extreme, and then when we get comfortable with the relationship, all this goes out the window and we think we have the right to treat the person we share our lives with like second-class citizens.
What is the point in trying to show love to your partner when you get into bed and you feel a little frisky during the day? Well, we have to remember that human beings are not installed with a switch where we are turned into love mode.
In fact, appreciation for little things in a relationship and saying thank you for the most mundane of favors is what your partner often values more than flowers or even a gift. A gift is given once in a while. Appreciation in little things can be offered all the time.
In the hope that today's program can help with this very common problem in relationships, we invited a couple who will be telling us exactly what has been working for them.
And stay tuned, because later in the program, we'll be showing you an awesome video of the Love Walk that happened recently. This is an initiative of the Love Talk live seminars that aims to get couples talking and better their relationship. Here's a short clip of what's to come.
Love Walk is an outdoor couples therapy annual event held in Hyde Park. It aims to support couples at all stages of their relationship, whether it's their first date or they've been married for several years.
Welcome back, everyone. Today we're talking about love etiquette and how the lack of basic manners is driving some couples apart.
We thought a good way to address this would be to give you 5 tips on relationship etiquette. So here we go.
So number 1, treat your partner now as you used to in the beginning of your relationship. Remember when you were dating and you would do everything to make sure this person liked you, no matter what little shortcomings you had? The important thing is that if you're together after 20 years, the principle remains the same.
Number 2, you can never be too appreciative. And what does that mean? Every day, it doesn't hurt. Just compliment the person, say thank you, appreciate the little things that he does for you or she does for you.
Number 3, keep the tone of your voice in check. I know that some of us think that our voice levels are not very high, but a lot of people in our family would beg to differ. So remember that sometimes you may get a little upset. Don't show it through your voice. Be polite.
Number 4, manners are not tokens for when you want something. And what does this mean? You shouldn't be nice to the other person or polite just because you want to ask them something later. Be always polite and you will see that when you give, you always receive.
And number 5, treat them mean, keep them keen is a myth that doesn't work. Whoever came up with that didn't know what they were talking about. If you want to keep someone with you for the rest of your life, by your side, keeping you company, helping you through thick and thin, and loving you in spite of your mistakes, then treat them as well as you possibly can.
So let us now introduce you to today's couple with today's quiz and the 3 most annoying things about your partner. Let's meet Carla and Rennan. Hello and welcome to this week's quiz. I have with me today newlyweds Carla and Hannah, and we are about to find out how well they know each other. Well, the rules are very simple. I will ask you each 5 questions and you only have 10 seconds to answer each one correctly. Let's begin with Carla. Are you ready, Carla?
Yes, I am.
Let's go. Now, question number 1. What annoys Rennan the most? 10 seconds.
When I talk over him?
No.
No.
Maybe. Try something else.
When I speak over him or when he has to repeat himself?
No more time, Carla. I'm sorry, you got it wrong. He said when he has to repeat himself again and again. You know when he says something and then he needs to say it again. Right, Rennan?
Right. Don't like sometimes I speak something, she tell me, repeat please, and I repeat the second time and then she again.
So there's a problem with listening, Carla.
Me.
Well, question number 2, ready for this one?
Ready.
What are you most likely to argue about?
Food.
Exactly, but tell us why.
Because I like to offer him a lot of food. Always ask him, are you hungry? Do you want something?
Correctly, well done. Question number 3, what's his favorite food? Time starts now.
Beans and rice.
No.
I assume pasta.
Yes,
With tomato sauce and bolognese. Bolognese with mincemeat.
Okay, I don't know if I should get this one right or wrong. It's half right. He says he likes his pasta bolognese with some beef. Yeah, I don't.
Empanado, probably.
Yes.
Okay.
Question number 4. You still have 2 to go, Carla. Okay. Focus. Yeah. Right. Question number 4. What does he like to do in his spare time?
Sleep.
No.
Watch a movie.
Yes.
Okay.
Correct. Very well. Last question. What does he like the most about you? You've got 10 seconds, Carla.
I have no idea. My smile.
Perhaps.
My caring for him.
Yes, correct. Okay. Well done, well done, well done. I thought you wouldn't mention that one. You offer him so much food and everything else, so that shows care in a way. Rennan, it's your turn now. How do you feel about this?
Yeah, I'm nervous.
Are you
I
ready?
I need to know everything.
Well, question number 1. What's a favorite kind of movie?
I think thrillers,
No.
romances.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Question number 2. What's a favorite lipstick color?
Pink.
Yes, correct. Well done. What's a favorite accessory?
Necklaces.
No.
Oh.
You've got 10 seconds.
I don't know.
You. She said earrings.
Earrings.
Earrings. Anyway, question number 4. What's a shoe size?
6.
Nope.
5.
Yes. Someone's gonna get into trouble later on.
Yeah, she always goes to buy shoes with me. I never went with her.
Yeah, well.
I need to buy some shoes
She's
for her.
a size 5, okay? Question number 5 and last one. What does she like the most about you?
My kindness.
Perhaps, but she answered something else. 10 seconds.
Hi, my.
Yeah, you were not a fan. She said you're dancing, apparently.
Yeah.
You can dance.
Thank you.
So, you know.
I'm never.
How can you forget? And the score is, it's actually a draw. You see? Well done to you guys. You did really, really well. And for those at home, let's join James on the sofa and let's get to know this couple a little bit more.
He is not very patient.
She offers me a lot of food. She prepares lots and lots of food and she wants me to eat everything and it annoys me a lot.
He doesn't like to listen much.
She sings all the time. She doesn't stop singing. Sometimes I'm sleeping, she's singing. She's there, taking her shower and singing.
He likes things very quick, fast. And sometimes that irritates me, like he wants to be moving. I like to have my time. And sometimes he likes things quick.
The last one is when I'm watching a movie or when I am watching TV, she's talking to me and making a lot of noise and I cannot concentrate.
Welcome back. So we have the couple of the hour sitting here next to us, Rennan and Carla. How are you guys?
Great.
Happy.
So you,
They can't stop smiling, you know what I mean?
you know, for those who don't know, this young couple, he just got married, what, 3 weeks ago? So they're fresh out of the oven.
3 weeks ago, and how many hours?
So it was a draw, your quiz, 3-3.
Yes.
Is that right? But that sounds right. It's like they know
Not
equally
bad, actually. You know,
about each other. So good. Now, guys, you have an interesting story because you, Carla, you actually used to attend our Love Talk Live seminars
That's
on
it.
Saturdays, right? And you as well,
Yes.
Rennan. So the interesting thing is that someone suggested, why don't you have a chat with Rennan? I think you guys have a lot in common. And what did you say?
That he wasn't really what I wanted. It was like, no, that's not my type, no. Various times people came to me, a friend of mine came and said, look, he would be fabulous for you. Speak to him, you don't lose anything and speak to him. It's like, no, it's not my type, it's not what I asked for. And that impeded me from actually speaking to him. So like 3 times people
It's
came to approach
interesting
me.
because you were saying he's not my type, but you didn't even know what type he was because you never spoke to him.
That's exactly
You
it.
see, that shows that people are very quick to, well, they have this misconception about, their future, other half, that they have to be a certain way. And if you give the person a chance, like you did, well done, you didn't miss out.
And then the interesting thing is that when you said, okay, let me, have a chat with him, see what happens. I think something like a week later, you guys were in love.
Let's just say the second, well, I saw him on a Wednesday. On the Thursday, we went to talk. Actually, on that day, I already had this is what I asked for. Just by the way he spoke.
So what did you do, Rennan? I mean, did you have like a trick up your sleeve? What happened?
So I just was myself, I knew that she didn't like many things about me. Some people commented about the things that she was speaking about me, but I knew who I was, and I knew that if she didn't like how I was, someone better would appear. I was confident.
This is what I call confident. But you're right. You know, we were actually answering one of the questions on our Dear Love Talk videos yesterday. And you don't have to, you shouldn't wait for someone to come along to make you happy and help you with your confidence. So you're absolutely right. But let me ask you something, Carla. You said twice already, he's not what I asked. And now you said, oh, he is what I asked. Is it, what do you mean? Do you mean that, you know, you had in mind a specific, you know, kind of person, and then when you got chatting with him, you saw, oh, he ticks all the boxes? Is that what you mean?
Exactly. It's like this. Outside appearance was, you know, I wanted something different in the outside. But then when I start to speak to him...
I don't know if the camera got that, but Helena did like this.
No, he's
What are you talking about? I'm so handsome.
He's handsome. He's very handsome. He's very handsome, but it wasn't exactly what... You know, when we women, we have like our fairy tale.
Yeah.
Like we imagine this person, you know. I want someone taller.
Some are still imagining.
Exactly.
And years are just going by. Yeah,
that's a big problem. So, yeah, so I met somebody taller and everything, and then they presented me to Rennan. And I was just like, no, no, no. But the moment that I spoke to him, what was inside of him was exactly what I wanted, even more than what I asked for.
Like his character and personality.
Exactly, his character, his personality, the way that he is, the way that he speaks, everything is just like ticks
his
the boxes.
confidence.
Oh, indeed, his confidence.
And actually, let me just say, early in the quiz, you were talking about one of the things you most like about him is the way he dances. And it's because you've never seen Rennan dancing. I probably have never seen anyone who dances worse than him.
But he dances with a lot of confidence.
A lot of
Maybe
confidence.
that's why.
Loved it.
Now, here's what I wanted to talk about. Today's program is about love etiquette. You know, because people tend to have very good etiquette when they're dealing with their friends, when they're at table eating, and very good manners with
when they're dating.
friends, when they're dating. But then when you get to know that person really well and you feel you have them, you take them for granted, then you start treating the person differently. You guys are very different. You have a lot of different traits, and your upbringing was very different, right? You, Carla, come from a very stable family. You, very different story with your family. How have you been making things working until now if you are so different, Rennan?
So we have been speaking a lot, you know, and we try to understand each other, you know, and that's the most important, and not sticking too much at the past, and not comparing ourselves to other people. No, we are living our own story. We are not, for example, I had many problems with my parents. My parents suffered a lot in their love life, in their relationship, but I try not to look at them and stick at them and imagine that the same would happen with us. So I try to be different from them, and it has helped.
That's a very positive approach, you know, because if you look at your past, your background, and how you were raised, it's not always the most positive, isn't it?
And you, for example, I know you said to Carla, I think when you were dating, when we get married, there will be no fish in my house. Right? No fish will enter through the doors of my house. That's pretty radical there. But the interesting thing is that, for example, you didn't take offense to that, Carla, and all these other differences you have. You embrace those differences. You don't have that as causes for argument, like the singing you were saying. Carla's always singing, making noise when you're watching a film. All these little things, you still manage to embrace them and not have those things as arguments.
Yeah, because, for example, today she was singing, I was sleeping. Then I went there very quietly and I closed the door of the bathroom, and then I went back to bed. So I didn't complain about her. Why are you singing? I'm sleeping. Don't you respect me? I could have said that. She didn't even know that I went there, and I closed the door. So, and when, for example, I'm watching TV and she's speaking, I look at her, I smile, and I keep watching. So I try not to complain.
I want to know if you have to promise to behave the same way, even if it's 20 years after, because that's what we're talking about. You know, small things make a big difference. Imagine in 10 years' time you are like, close the door. Stop singing. She might get
your terrible voice.
Yeah, you know.
You wouldn't make it through the auditions of Pop Idol.
So it's nice when you have this care and this, not to shout at the person and make her feel bad because she's enjoying herself.
Yes, she is.
You know, she's...
And actually, when you were saying that this annoys you, our team inside our control room were saying, oh, that's great. You know, she's singing, she's always happy. So, and it's interesting to notice that a lot of couples use these things that annoy them about their partners. And this becomes a reason for a lot of arguments, right? Until now, you have made things work for you. I know you just got married. But what do you think, Carla, is the secret to treat that person always with that respect and not use the things that annoy you as weapons to attack your partner? What do you think the secret has been for you guys till now?
Well, the secret for us is respect. We have to know each other's limits. You know, we have to respect each other's limits, right? It was something that I didn't do before, and he was keep on putting me in my place. Like, no, you have to respect the limits. You know, each of us, you know, we women, we are very advanced. We like to be ahead of everything, think ahead of everything. But there's certain things that we have to, you know, understand the other person. Remember, we're a different bring. I have like a caring family, very loving, giving. And we don't do that. I don't want to be clinging to him or pushing him. He already knows that. But it's part of me. It's like, I don't want to be that person that's like, oh, there she comes again. But it's like part of me. It's like the way that I show my love, my attention, my care. I'm always there, fixing his things. I don't complain. Sometimes he leaves there his things. I go there, I clean it, put it in place. I don't even open my mouth like, why did you leave this here? I went, just put it in place. And then now it's so funny because he goes there and he himself goes and puts it in place. I don't need to be there going. So there's things that we just have to let it go. Just go and do it. One thing that I took for myself is that it takes longer to argue. It takes like 30, 40, sometimes even a day to be upset with each other when it's just like 5 minutes of your time to go and do that thing or just keep quiet and don't say anything.
I have a feeling that you learned this in our seminars.
Exactly. We were talking about that not long ago.
Because I remember speaking about this in the seminars, which means you guys took those tools and they worked. So if you've never been to one of the Love Talk Live seminars, you're our guests and I hope you enjoy it.
Visit our website, all the details are in there.
And Rennan, for you, I mean, in that time that you wanted to get to know Carla and she initially didn't give you a chance, if you had a message for people who perhaps like someone or someone likes them and maybe they didn't even give them a chance, what would your message be? Should they try to at least talk to that person or not even give them the time of day?
Yes, they should. I tried. I spoke to her father. First. I spoke to her father. I want to talk to your daughter. I want to know her, and I tried. She said, I want some time for me to think, and I was there. When? And when the day arrived, I said, today's the day. And there was a day that she was passing by, I said, no, today's the day. Yes or not? And he said, yes, let's talk. And then it started.
Imagine if you had said no. You wouldn't be here. Being interviewed.
Okay, we have to go to a break. Okay, so we're going to cut it short here. When we come back, we're going to come back and talk to you. We only have a few more minutes. And we want to know how people can take the things that are differences for them, because you guys are so different, and what is the one important ingredient to make the relationship work, even though you have all those differences. So don't go anywhere. We'll be back in just a couple of minutes.
Hello and welcome to 60-Second Hottest Celebrity Couples. Musicians Taylor Swift and Calvin Harris have been raising suspicions for a while now as to whether they were dating. But after a tweet posted on Twitter by Mr. Harris, it's now clear. It's official. Could Leonardo DiCaprio be seeing Rihanna? Rumours have it the two were spotted making out at the Playboy Mansion. Could this be the beginning of the new couple, Leo-Anna? Jamie Foxx and Katie Holmes have been seen getting quite cosy with each other at the Hamptons. Rumour is suspicion has been aroused for some time, but it's clear that the relationship is on a casual basis. Let's see where this one leads. Rumours have been going wild as to whether Mirror Mirror's Snow White Lily Collins is dating the Avengers Captain America Chris Evans after they met earlier this year. Will all the fun that they've been reported having lead to romance? Hot news for us Brits. Could Emma Watson be the new princess in town? Well, though we don't know for sure, rumour is according to one Australian website, Harry Potter's Emma Watson and Prince Harry have been having secret dates with each other and getting to know each other quite well. Do we see another royal wedding in the horizon? Well, that's all for today in the world of celebrity relationships.
Love Walk is an outdoor couples therapy annual event held in Hyde Park. It aims to support couples at all stages of their relationship, whether it's their first date or they've been married for several years.
We do this event like once a year, and we really try to get couples to come in and take a few hours to sit down and go through some questions that can really help improve their relationship. Also, there are couples who come like on a first date, so this can be a very good beginning, can also be a very good middle, right? And to improve the relationships. That's what we hope to achieve through the Love Walk.
Couples are provided with questions to go through together to discuss any issues or areas of development in their relationships, whether past, present, on the horizon, or better still, as a prevention tool.
It's been an eye-opener. There are things that we kind of knew, how things are going and so on, but there were things that we, like touchy subjects that I think we all
I think there's some subjects that we kind of like used to put under the carpet, and today with this event, we bringing it all out and deal with it in a good manner.
It's not only married couples that suffer due to a lack of communication. Many people who are single would love to have an opportunity to open their hearts to a special someone. But routine, a hectic lifestyle, shyness and the lack of opportunity prevent them from meeting someone with whom they could start a relationship with. The Love Walk is an opportunity for people to talk.
There are some questions which I could not sit him down at home and ask him, but today I've got the opportunity to ask him those questions that have been inside me.
Couples of all ages attend the event, wanting the time out from their busy day-to-day lives in exchange for a few hours R&R on the grass or on a park bench.
It was a privilege to have the time to be able to do that, because during the week we're very busy working and hustle and bustle, so it's nice to take time out to do that.
We're doing our individual take on the questions, answers before we then share what we've written, and that should help encourage greater use of dialogue.
The event certainly seems to bring out the romance in the couples at the actual event. But how long does this R&R park therapy really last? That's a question which cannot be answered right now. But the fact that couples have attended for the past 3 years is certainly evidence the event leaves them wanting more.
Every Love Walk event, we look forward for it. I will never miss any, so we're glad this one has taken place today and we're here today.
When we went 2 years ago, we were just dating. Now we're married, so different lifestyle, different questions, different things to find out about each other and to improve our relationship.
The high numbers of attendance are indicative of couples' awareness of the gravity of relationship failure.
It's basically an investment in our relationship. We have been married almost 17 years now, isn't it?
Yeah.
But there's always more to learn. And he's pretty quiet in general, so this is like an opportunity for me to ask as many questions as possible today and really get into the deep stuff as well.
We've come because, we heard it's going to be a great event, a lot of couples to learn from, to even, influence each other in terms of like relationships, marriage. We've only been married like a week and a half now, yeah.
Britain, along with Finland, have a divorce rate of 2.8 per 1,000 marriages. And although numbers of divorce in the EU is on the increase, they have a much lower average of 1.8 divorces for every 1,000, which is a stark contrast to Britain's divorce rates. Perhaps this pioneering event will provoke many more of its kind to pop up around the UK in a bid to save Britain's marriages and the quest for the happy ever after in the dating fraternity.
Welcome back. I'm here joined with Carla and Rennan, and I want to still ask you guys, I know you mentioned respect, that respect is one of the main ingredients for you to make it work, even though you guys have different backgrounds and different upbringings. What else do you think is important?
So patience,
Patience?
It's very important, patience. sometimes I have been so patient with her, and I know that sometimes she has to be really patient with me because...
Who has to have more patience?
I think it's her, because sometimes yeah.
You realize you're going to have to be patient for many, many, many years to come, yes? Not just 3 weeks.
Indeed. But I'm happy.
So you have to be more patient. How come? Is he more difficult to...
I can say I think both of us are. But he sometimes has his moments that it's not very easy. But that's the moments I just don't say anything. Just have to understand his part.
Exactly.
The moment when it's calm. And then I'll go sometimes and speak to him. Isn't it? Then we speak to each other. So
you guys mentioned
patient understanding.
Patience, respect, understanding. And is there anything else that you guys practice that really helps?
So we always remember why we got married. We got married because we liked each other, because we love each other, and not to hurt each other, but to make each other happy. So when we enter into an argument and said, so we didn't get married for this, to argue to make each other unhappy. So we got married to make each other happy. So let's be nice with each other. And our discussions for small things, they last like 5 minutes, and then we are there again, smiling to each other.
And the interesting thing is that the reason why we wanted you on the program is because you said something very interesting now, that you can't forget why you got married. Mm-hmm. You got married because you're on the same team. And a lot of couples lose sight of that.
Yes, they do.
And then they start fighting against each other. Mm-hmm. So they forget they're on the same team. They think, you're my enemy, you want to hurt me, and I don't like this about you. And then you start having huge problems.
Yes, and they lose touch. They lose touch with one another. And then when they realize they are so far away from each other. Yeah. And it's a big problem.
So guys, thank you so much for being on the program. You have an amazing story, and you have a very special place in our heart because we've accompanied your story from day one, right? Because you used to attend our seminars there. So thank you very much. And this, if we can get an open shot here of the two sofas, this here is evidence that if you learn to have the right foundation to a relationship, you can make it work, even if you think he or she is not your type. Right, Carla?
That's true.
You are a living testimony.
Okay, thank you very much, guys.
Thank you. Thanks for coming.
I think perhaps the final thing to remember is that etiquette, good manners, and treating people with respect and care and patience does not only entail your working environment, your neighbors. You know, people usually don't lose temper with their working colleagues because they know that if they do, they'll have a disciplinary meeting in HR. So they force themselves to have good manners at work. Sometimes they forget to do that at home because there is no HR. If there's an argument, they just go and sleep in the living room. So, you know, good manners, etiquette, ethics all start at home.
Yes, and for the ladies, just a little quick note. Your husband or your partner, maybe he liked you so much in the beginning when you were so sweet, so delicate, so caring, so loving. What do you mean? Are you trying to send me a message?
Just trying, just to help you with the adjectives.
I hope so. So, you know, and maybe you've lost that because you lost focus, like James was saying earlier on, and it's very sad because there's nothing wrong with you, but maybe if you've allowed yourself to not being so loving, so caring, and that, you know, made things go cold a little bit.
That's right. So we hope that if you've been in a marriage or in a relationship for 1 year or 30 years, if you had lost that passion to treat that person well, you know, with not just good etiquette, but, you know, making the person feel special, that hopefully with today's program, you have been helped to rekindle that and save that and bring that to your relationship once again. Okay? It's been a pleasure to be with you, and we'll leave you with this video we did about our date as we do every week. We hope you enjoy it. Until next time,
bye.
Bye-bye.
Hello everyone, today we are at Lauderdale House Now, it was originally built in 1582 and it was the home to Lord Mayor of London. Now, the grounds are absolutely stunning and really, really worth visiting.
Now, the building receives 65,000 visitors every year who come to see cutting-edge exhibitions and other events. It's also available for hire for weddings and other celebrations. In 1963, there was a bad fire that damaged the building terribly, but it's now been reformed to its former glory. And we're here to do something. We're not sure what, but we're going to see what our producer has in store for us today.
This is your still life.
Okay.
It's really important that you walk around the objects so that you see all of the objects. You're going to be seeing them from only one angle. So it's quite, you can always step away from your easel and have a look around if you get stuck with something. So when you're looking at it, and depending on which angle it is, you start out with something that is primary. So the relation of this bowl to there or this bowl to here. And you're trying to get as accurate relationship between these objects. You're not drawing the whole object, you're starting from the ground. You don't have to draw the table, okay? You have to kind of have a bit of fun, but the way that we look at it, depending on where we're coming from, and you can move your board to make the space more interesting. But when you're looking, this is in the distance, this is nearby. Don't get caught with trying to draw all these shapes. Get caught with grounding them on the table. Don't get caught by color, shading, anything else. Just look at the spaces so you get a sense of these are on something, but I'm not trying to complete a picture.
30 minutes on the clock.
Let the competition begin.
Lena, do you want to check mine?
Maybe you need to concentrate. Did you know that? You are not concentrating. Okay, I'm not wearing glasses, okay? So that I can see my drawing going like this.
So it's now 5 minutes left and I'm finished. This beautiful work of art is done. I hope you at home enjoy it and it's up for sale.
You're not allowed to spy on me, you know?
I think you had a slightly easier angle than mine.
Well, did you know you could have chosen your angle, mister? You didn't pay attention to what the teacher said.
30 minutes are over. This is the drawing you've done using a pencil, a bit of rubber.
Mm-hmm.
Thumbs up.
Good.
You just have to look. It's great. If you came to my class and this was your drawing, although you'd have much longer, I'd just go, you can draw. There's no problem.
All right, okay.
No problem at all.
That boosts my confidence.
For someone who came in who said he can't draw, you can draw. Mm-hmm. So, really lovely drawing. Really lovely sense of shape. Really capture everything.
But no sense of space.
But it's learning. The problem is when you're slightly good, when you're very good, you tend to fall back on your habits. And the thing about a beginner is there are no habits to fall back on.
It's true.
So when they're looking, they can really look. When we have a little bit of knowledge, we suddenly go, I've got to get it right. And it's actually harder to see. Man sees space, woman sees objects, working together, brilliant. Very good because they learn from each other. And it's really important because it shows you another way to see. So if it was just your drawing, you'd see it from your perspective. His drawing, he'd see it from his perspective. Have the two pictures together and you take from each other.
And look at the results. We see it from different perspectives, like you said, and it's great. It's just like in relationships, really.
Yeah. You can see things through his eyes, he can see things through your eyes, and you can go, I never thought of that. And he goes, go, I can't do that. That's how it works, no? That's how it works.
Excellent teamwork. We're about to explore what the grounds of Lauderdale House have to offer. That's a beautiful picture. Do you mind if we ask you a few questions about it?
No.
No?
Sure.
Okay.
Well, as we stumbled across this beautiful painting, we just had to stop and ask her a few questions. Sophie, thank you so much for, answering our questions. Very beautiful, painting. We absolutely loved it. But tell us something. Why did you choose Lauderdale House for you to, as a focal point for your art?
Well, I'm sort of a local girl anyway, but I'm having an exhibition in Highgate at the Highgate Scientific and Literary Society in May 2016. So I'm doing a few more Highgate subjects, and this view has a lot of very beautiful, interesting colours and shapes and trees, and the house looks a bit mysterious and it has a slightly magical atmosphere, I think. I'm a painter in oils. I also paint landscapes and I do event painting. So I work outside or in situ for about 6 hours at a time. And so I can do, if there's an event going on, I can set up, I can start, and during the event I put people in here and there, recording the day.
That wraps up our date here in Lauderdale House. Check it out. We had a wonderful time. I'm surprised myself that I'm not that bad drawing. I did okay. And don't forget to check our program next week at the same time. See you then.